Hey everyone, it's that Math Magician. On this video, we're going to take another look at transformations, and we're still going to be on the topic of reflections, but for this example problem, we're going to look at a new type of reflection that we want to try. So let's jump right into our example problem here. If you watched the previous video on reflections, you'll see the work from our last one here. But this time, notice I want to take my triangle ABC, our original blue triangle, and now I want to reflect it over the x-axis. In the previous video, we reflected over the y. Now we're going to be reflecting it over the horizontal line. So you'll see the similarities and the differences for when we're reflecting over a different axis. Now, let's jump right into this video. Again, I'm going to go point by point with my reflection, and I'm going to be sure that I'm counting the distance from each point to the line of reflection, in this case, our x-axis. So I'm looking here at point A, and I notice that point A from our line of reflection, which is going to be the x-axis here, that it is 1 unit away. It's 1 unit up from that line. Well, if it's 1 unit up for the original, then for the new reflected point, it's going to end up 1 unit down, and I'm going to label that A. But just like in the previous video, I can't just leave it as A, because it's not our original point. Our original point is up here in blue. And I can't call this one A prime because we already have an A prime. A prime was over here on the previous video when I reflected it over the Y. So since I've done 2 reflections now, all I need to do to change this to make it make sense really is to put another apostrophe on there and to call that A double prime. A double prime is our second reflection. Again, just a way of notating how many times I've done this reflection. So we have A done. Let's go ahead and do point B. Notice point B from our line of reflection is 1, 2, 3, 4 units up from our line of reflection. So if I'm reflecting it over the x-axis, I have to now go down 1, 2, 3, 4 units, make my point, and I'm going to call that B double prime. Last but not least, we have our C point, again being reflected over the x-axis, which is 2 units away. So from our line of reflection, we went up 2 units. So when I reflect it, our new C will be down 2 units. I'm going to go ahead and write my C, label it C double prime, and at this point, I just need to break out my ruler and connect these 3 dots. Again, we want to make sure when we do our reflections that we're going point by point. Once we have each point done for whatever shape you're doing, then you just connect those lines together or those points together and you end up with your shape there. And I see I have my brand new triangle, and we can call this triangle A double prime, B double prime, C double prime. Notice those differences though. The red triangle was reflected over the y-axis. Our new green triangle was reflected over the x-axis. It matters. It matters which axis that you're reflecting over. So be sure, whenever you're working on your classwork, your homework, a quiz, a test, whatever you're doing, double check that you know which line you're reflecting over. It's that Math Magician, and I'll see you on the next video.